Yes. It's pretty sore. We thought, starting in the second half, gonna get it loosened up. He got a quick 7, and then said, okay, that's it.
Got a good look at Nashie tonight. I guess what you like about his game?
Well, quite frankly, what I've always liked. I mean, he's got a versatility about him that's impressive, because he can laterally get his feet apart and move his feet and contain a really smaller, quicker guy. But then, he's 6'7" and long, so he can stick his nose in there on the glass and get rebounds with bigger guys. And, he can make threes. Eventually, as he gets stronger, he's going to be even more explosive. What I want to see him do now is just kind of just take it and go off the dribble. Trust his ability to do that.
Was it good for a lot of those guys to get a lot of minutes tonight, you think?
Oh, really good. Because, Kriener, we threw him in the other night because we had to, and he's been practicing really well, so I was obviously not afraid to do that. And he was good. They finished the half the other night on a 10-2 run, and he had the 2. So the thing about him, you put him in, he'll score, he'll rebound, he fights the post. The thing that he has to do is settle down, because he's just way too tough on himself. And he just has to let it come to him. And he's got a great pair of hands. So he gets his hands, in traffic, he corrals the ball.
Overall, how do you feel like you finished non-conference? Do you like where you're at?
Well, considering where we were, yeah.
How do you treat the next couple of days? Are you giving them a couple days off?
Yeah, I've always been big on trying to give them time at Christmas, not schedule a Christmas tournament. There's not very many of them anymore anyway, but not to do that. Get them away, because we've really been going hard. From the tournament to games coming quickly, then final exams. We're with each other every day. There's a lot of pressure on the in-state games on these kids. And then, finals end, and then you got 2 more. So it's grind again. So they get away, they get with their families. I wish it was an extra day, but we play on the 28th this year. So we'll have to bring them back on Christmas night.
Do you think especially new guys appreciate the value of defense now that they've had to play it and shown some signs of improvement?
Well, they definitely have shown signs of improvement. You're absolutely right. We played so poorly in that stretch of games defensively. These are great kids, so they know we have to be better. So it's one thing to tell them they have to be better and demand that they're better, but you got to show them and you got to work with them, and then they got to figure out how to do it together. Because when we were really struggling, it wasn't all 5 guys; it was 1 or 2 breaking down out of the group. But they have been really a lot better in terms of anticipating what's coming. That's the hardest thing. Because at this level, if you try to react to everything, the players are too quick and too good. You're always late, you're always in foul trouble. You're always fouling, you're always in the bonus. So being to the front as the play's developing and not trying to get to the front after the screening action just already took place, two different things.
Is there anything different you do or say to the guys heading into conference play?
Absolutely. With all due respect to a lot of the teams we've played, we're playing the 15th ranked team in the country, with a lottery pick. The guy who seems to get 20 and 20 every night. And Isaac Haas is probably a first round pick. I think all their other guys are playing well. I mean, it's probably as deep as they've been. They're athletic, and the thing that, with Purdue, they always defend. So it's not easy to score against them typically, especially down there. So you just want to make sure they know and understand we've accomplished a great deal, but from here on out, it's going to be different. And, we have as tough a first game as anybody.
With Purdue, you don't see teams with that much size a lot of the time. What kind of challenges does that present on both ends of the court?
Well, the hardest thing sometimes is to keep your big guys out of foul trouble. because they just keep throwing it in there. And those two can play together, they can play one behind the other. And they're both gonna go get it, you know, on the defensive glass and on the offensive glass. But, you know, with them, I mean, they have so many other good players. You can't say, okay, we're gonna really lock in and stop Haas, stop Swanigan. You know, they got a lot of other weapons. So it's, you know, it's gonna be a really, you know, I think, interesting challenge for our young team to see what we can do down there.
When you start 3 freshmen, what, does a guy like Peter have to talk to them and help show them what they're gonna be getting into?
I'm sure he will, and I think that's important. You know, we'll show them a lot of film too. You know, how do they play against Villanova? How do they play against Notre Dame? How do they play against Louisville? How do they play against us in the past? You know, how do they play at home versus on the road? Try to get a feel for that. Remember, a lot of these guys have played, like Tyler Cook's played against Swanigan before. So, you know, he knows, respects them obviously, but he knows he's played against them before, so it's not the first time.
Does it feel different going into conference play? I mean, is there a noticeable difference when you go from these first 13 games into the rest of it?
We try not to make it as noticeable by scheduling up like we did this year. With all due respect to Delaware State, I mean, you know, Purdue is, when you have pros, it's a little different. Those kids have been on the road and 11th road game they played already. It's not easy. You know, we're playing a team in their building that's going to be packed and a different challenge. But it's every game. You know, I mean, that's to me, that's the fun of it. Every game is, you know, packed, it's on TV. There's playoff implications and so forth.
Take a couple more for Purdue game.
Yeah.
Have you evaluated what you're going to do with the lineup yet, or is that within the next few days?
Well, we'll see how he does when he comes back. Thought a lot about it. Obviously, you know, first inclination is to slide him back into the starting lineup. This group has really played well. Ahmad and Cordell have played well together. So, you know, I'll think it through. I'll talk it over with him. It's almost irrelevant, to be truthful, whether he starts because he's going to play starters minutes.
What do you expect from him when he comes back? What has he been doing to kind of stay in
He's in great shape. The hardest thing is just going to be, I think, for him, settling down and just playing with confidence and at his own pace. He's going to be anxious to do maybe too much. And I want to make sure that he understands that we don't expect too much. We expect him to be Tyler Cook and run the floor and post hard and move his feet on defense and provide what he's capable of providing, but not feel like he's got to carry us. You know, and I think earlier in the season, you know, Pete and he were the only two that were really scoring consistently, so I think he felt a lot of that pressure. And he shouldn't feel that pressure now because we've got other guys doing some pretty good things offensively.
Okay, thank you, Coach.